all right, all right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Peace in the wilderness with Ahaya. Peace in the wilderness with Ahaya. Sister Deborah is coming this evening with a wonderful message. And this message is going to cover the topic what took place before the foundation of the world. And why it's important for Sister Deborah to go over this message is because when I asked the question, can we say we have learned since we have listened to Sister Deborah? What could you actually say you have learned? Many topics was mentioned, but no one said what took place before the foundation of the world. There is a huge mystery in what took place before the foundation of the world. I said something to the Father that was so powerful. I said, Father, this is really how you orchestrated it, isn't it? This is you here. You are in this in a way that this is how you orchestrate it. That's why you made sure you explained the narrow gate being narrow, so narrow to where very few shall find their end. And I, Sister Deborah, come to you with a message that holds a big mystery, and that is what took place before the foundation of the world. Many of you heard me talk about everything was created before the foundation of the world and how from that level was everything you see today. We still stand on that. But there's something else that took place before the foundation of the world that 99.9 have no idea. Going back to that narrow gate. I now, not like today, can embrace it because I have embraced it. But I can embrace it a little bit even better than I once embraced it. Because the more he gives me, the more I'm gripping it tight because I realize it all come together. The mystery itself is beautiful because I guess the beauty of it to me is no one knows about a lot of it. And I think that defines a mystery. Revelation, was it chapter 10, where he says that the mystery is finished, but the mystery is given unto the prophets, my servants. You see? So I, Sister Deborah, have a mystery in this topic in which I'm going to speak about or speak on this evening. And it's gonna do something to the one that has an eye and an ear to hear and an eye to see. Because I'm gonna do my best. Now I did it, I looked for it, but I couldn't find a couple of years ago I spoke on what took place before the foundation of the world, and my drawing was much better. So I hope you all can see. Um, I hope you all can see. If not, I'm going to talk loud enough so you can kind of get this thing because Sister Deborah is going to break it down as much as I can, and I really want you to just go with me here because as I'm speaking to you all, I am also asking the Most High Yah to allow me to speak it as He had given it to me, how He taught me. Yes, it was a long time ago. I was a teenager, but I want that feeling I had when He revealed those things to me. It was a feeling of, you know, gaining something, you know, oh, I have something. Because I've been in church and I've been going to church since I was a young girl. I was my mother's daughter. They would go to church. Uh, uh, with the neighbors. I mean, 5, 6, 7, I go to church with a friend of mine when I was 8 and 9, her family. I always found myself there hearing. But what happened is, I believe without a doubt that the Ruach was in me all the time. And I think that's what made me more in tune with everything that I was learning. But that is during the time I also, not at 8 and 9, but as I got older, like 18 and 19, I can tell if they were preaching something that was not true. I questioned everything, not to them, but the Holy Spirit. That's why I don't believe in a such thing as you're not supposed to question. What you mean? Wait a minute. He the one told me that my thoughts, his thoughts are not my thoughts. His ways are not my ways. When how do I get to know your thoughts? How do I get to know your ways? Why would he come to abide in me and I don't know him? I can't say nothing to him. I can't ask him nothing. But he up in me. Oh no. Home girl, don't go there. Okay? I ask questions. And when I was 19 at a job that I was working at, and he said to me, you ask too many questions that man cannot answer. I laughed, y'all, because I couldn't believe it. I was the only one in that kitchen. Ain't nowhere in the world a human being said that to me. I heard the Spirit say that to me. You ask too many questions that man cannot answer. I'm going to be your teacher. And from that day on, he called my calling and told me who I was in him. That's when I found out I was a prophetess. I was his servant. And he began to teach me different than what I was learning, what I had learned. It was like he was loading me up. One time he stopped me. He said, hold up. Why are you trying to study that book? See, I'm telling y'all, he got on me about studying the Bible. He said, why are you trying to study that? Why are you trying to master the chapters? He said, why are you trying to master the verses? I said, Father, so when people come and ask me and I can know where, I can tell them where it's at. He said, anybody that don't believe what you say, don't waste your time telling them where it's at. At that moment, he was teaching me it first got to come from you, Deborah. You see, he was explaining to me, telling someone, King James, Matthews, the Old Testament, the New Testament. What you're telling them is a book that has this. You're directing them to a book. But don't you know that I'm greater than that book? Speak the word, Deborah. Because that's what lives in you. That book don't. You see? So I, true and out, was chastised too many times about this book, y'all. So I know what I'm talking about. He's not saying don't read this, don't study it. That's the only reason why he let this book outlive all books. But just because it outlived all books don't mean man had his hand in smearing it and moving one to the left and moving something to the right and smearing it and changing this and changing that. And it didn't have anything to do with English or the language. It had to do with what they were doing intentionally to keep one in the dark so they would never know the truth. And I know that to be the fact, because when I sit and I see and I realize they don't know the word from the words. They don't know nothing about who was in the beginning creating everything by the word, speaking it, and who was creating it. The same one that was speaking it was creating it, but he was just using him speaking the word, but using his power in his right hand and his stretched out arm to create everything his mouth spoke. So as I go here and I see that people in this day and time, when I said this day and time, as I become older, I realize They lost with the cause and without it. And I get to the point where I'm so grateful that he has been with me way back in the beginning, and he taught me what took place before the foundation of the world. And I want to share with you all, that's what everybody's missing. People are missing what took place before the foundation of the world. That's why they can't grip Genesis 1 and 2, because they didn't get the teaching by the Ruach regarding what took place before the foundation of the world. You see, they can go on their way somewhere in what they believe and their feelings and their emotions, their personal opinion. They never waited for the Holy Spirit to come, the one that said he would come and he would teach you, all things. No one wants to wait for that. Everybody wants to go on their own. Once they get a little, they want to take off and run. But this message is going to be about what took place before the foundation of the world. And Sister Deborah is going to try her best to bring you all the way to the beginning in the way the Ruach taught me as a little girl. Okay, so I'm going to give you it and hope that you or someone, that one will be able to grip the message in which Sister Deborah is going to speak on and break down. Now, this is the scary thing about it. This is the scary thing about it. I woke up this morning and he put a handful on me, y'all. He clammed so far on me, I don't even remember what he was telling me, standing here in front of you. That's just how he clammed on what he done taught me. Because he said something to me this morning regarding all the seeds that came down in the generation of Yeshua HaMashiach, all the way even down to Joseph, Mary's husband. He gave me one of the biggest revelation. I jumped up out of the bed, excited about people speaking on this topic. What took place before the foundation of the world. Because I say, thank you, Father God, for giving me that. I didn't know that. So he gave me something on top. And I'm hoping before I'm off of here tonight, he been then revealed it to me, because he knew that I was going to speak on this topic today. So when I woke up 7 something this morning, he just gave it to me just as plain. And I said, oh, I didn't know that. And I was like, oh my. And I turned to the left. He gave me another revelation. And I'm sitting here before you all, can't even think it. So I'm hoping he bring it back to my remembrance, what he shared with me this morning. Because I was just happy. I sprung up, just happy. I sprung up, y'all, happy. Because I was just thinking how grateful I am that he can take our time to keep adding on to what he has already given me. I truly count it a blessing. And I glorify him and I honor him. And I know that he is all that and some. And I tell him all the time, we can't do nothing without you. Father, we can't do nothing without you. And you know what? I don't want to do without you. And I ain't going to do without you. How about that? How about that? You see? So I'm always wanting him to know that it's nothing about me that can do anything without him. Okay? So as I break this down, I'm hoping that he'll give me what he has given me. And I know that he's subject to do just that, because I'm going to pull on in and let him pull it on out. Okay? So what we're going to talk about is what took place before the foundation of the world. And what makes me think that the greater of it all was what took place to me. To me, it ain't what took place from Genesis to Revelation. Bam! It can't outride what took place before the foundation of the world, because Genesis nor all the way to Revelation wouldn't exist if something didn't already happen. before it. You see, this is something you cannot get anyone to talk about. You know what it'll do to many people? It'll set them free. Just the message itself. It'll make them think. You mean I put up with this all these years, doing it this way, that way, this way, that way, this way, that way, this way, and you mean to tell me all of it was vanity and vast? Yes, Solomon told you that. It's only what you do in the spirit that continue to live. Okay? It is the true light. All that these people are teaching you in the darkness, it's just coming and going. That stuff under the sun that they're teaching. Okay? So let's get busy here. I want to start in Revelation chapter 12. Father, y'all. I'm hoping he bring in what he showed me. And I saw it just as clear. I know it. Revelation chapter 12. And I want to start with verse 7. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 7. It reads, and there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought the dragon. And the dragon fought the angels. Okay? So there we know that something took place right there before the foundation of the world. Because we see the dragon is not on the earth. Where is he? He's in the kingdom. Okay? So we know that something is and has taken place before King James Bible exists. Okay? So listen to this. Verse 7. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and the angels fought against the dragon. And the dragon fought and his angels. And the dragon fought and his angels. Verse 8. And prevailed not, neither was their place found anymore in heaven. So let's go there. My drawing is totally off. I looked and searched for my old posters, which was really nice. I could not find them. So I call myself, this here is what I would say is Yah's Yah throne. Here is Yeshua HaMashiach. Yeshua. This is Yeshua. But I can't have Yeshua there yet. Okay? Because I have to only have Yah present. Okay? What is going on? These here light colored circles are angels. Michael and other angels. Okay? I don't know if you all can see that. Okay? And the dark colors are the dragon and the angels that decided to follow him. Okay? So right now we have Yah on the throne. We have the angels. All of them are angels. But you have the light angels following the other angels that took the side of who? The dragon. Where are they at? Are they on the earth? No. Are they in the air? No. Are they in the sky? No. None of this was created, y'all. None of this was created. Only above this is the heavens and the angels. Who created the angels? This is all the work of the Father. They were all his angels. The dragon was his angels, and the light circles was his angels, and the dark circles was his angels. So if we take away the earth, now we get to right where I'm coming from. Something took place before the foundation of the world. Okay? This took place before the foundation of the world. Okay? My question as a teenager was, wait a minute. Father, y'all got a question here. Got a question. If the dragon some way had a different thought than your thought, Father God, could not you have just pushed him out? Nope. Because a little mess up a whole. A pin needle can mess up a whole. You can have one person in the family that'll mess up the whole family. You can have one person on a job that can mess it up for many employees. You can have one person in the community to start a community war. All it takes is one. But once that one dragon thought, spiritual thought, I said, well, okay, you know they thoughts. You knew he had that thought. Couldn't you just boot him out? No, Deborah. No. That thought should not have entered Deborah here. Holy. Okay? The thought should never have entered. But because that thought entered, then that was not the only thought. Now watch this here. Listen, this is how he taught me as a young girl. Deborah, if I kicked the dragon out because I knew his thoughts, he said it wouldn't be nothing but a few minutes and you'll have another one that had the same thought that the dragon had. So I allowed him to remain. And with his thought, many others detached themselves to the dragon thought. And it became their thought. But if I take the dragon out of the kingdom, because I knew his thought before they knew his thought, the moment his thought is out of the kingdom, the next one will pull up with the same thought. Because they saw his thought. You see? The angels in heaven saw the dragon's thought. Lucifer, his thoughts. It wasn't they thought at first, but when they saw his thoughts, then they had the thought. So even if I would have put or destroyed the dragon, it would be in few minutes, another one had the same thought of the one that left. So what I do, Deborah, I clean house. I'm known for cleaning the house. And a lot of people today don't understand why there's going to be a new heaven. That's why. He's going to get rid of that heaven. Too much been going on, y'all. And he's going to have a new heaven. So what happened? He allowed Satan to remain with the thoughts, but not the action. Only the thought, but not the action. About that time, he had other angels really liking his actions. His action was that, he knew what gifts he had, and he took it as it's something above the one that gave him the gift. To the point where he got the other angels to marvel off the abilities that he had, the gift that he had. And what happened? They began to like his actions and who he was. At that time, it worked according to the Father's whole plan. Now it's time to get him out. I'm going to show you how powerful it is, you guys. Watch this here. The reason why he was telling me why he wouldn't put Satan out, because once Satan is out and destroyed, another one to have the same. Why? Because they tainted that instant, that thought tainted the kingdom. That means if he came up with it, then another one would also be able to come up with it. So he allowed his thought and that really got a kick out of it. You see? So what happened? He said, okay, Deborah, what I did is what took place before the foundation of the world. I'm going to clean it up in a way that I'm going to take. They had not what you call not even a choice, but it's what they liked. They wanted to go where the dragon was going. He had to come down. He had to come out of the kingdom. And because he was coming out and they marveled off of him, because they liked it, the gift the Father gave him. Even to the point where they saw him trying to, not saw him, but they felt that he was trying to gain the throne, in a sense, to tell you the truth about it. So they marvel off of his mindset that would want to take over all power, the glory, the throne of the Most High Yah. They marvel off of him. And when he came down, he got taken down from heaven and placed on the earth. Let me explain something. Those that followed him still marveled off of him. They really looked at him as if he was something. So they followed right behind him. They got in line to come down with him. Now, this is where you see them in the kingdom. Yah's throne, the light one is Michael and the other angels, and here are the dark ones is the dragon angels. Now, this is the kingdom right here. Now, before heaven and earth, which is the sky, this is the earth, was created, there was a spiritual war, y'all. You see the spiritual war? That's why I tell y'all, when you say fighting against flesh and blood, he letting you know, baby, the war wasn't on the earth. It was in the kingdom. Y'all brought it to the earth. Y'all created it on the earth. How did he create it? We're speaking on what took place before the foundation of the world. How did he create it? He said he took all of these angels that follow Satan, all the angels that follow Satan, he took them right down here in the uttermost darkness. Let me see if I can get. They're down here chained up. Okay. This is them down here chained up. These are the ones that followed Satan's team inside his team and what he wanted to do. They followed him. So they went down. When he came down, see, they thought, now listen to this, they thought that they were going to go to the earth with him. See, they thought, oh yes, we admire what he was doing. We like what he was doing. They thought that they were coming down to the earth with Satan. They went under the earth in the uttermost darkness. This is where they are at right now. Okay. This one here is Satan. This is the dragon, Satan, coming down with the angels. They come here. He comes here. Is he by himself? Yes, he is. Why is he by himself, Deborah? Check. Because Father made it that way. But you're about to see how he began to gain seeds. Okay? So, now in the heavens, Satan and the demons that admired him and wanted to be on what they marvel off of him, they down in the bottomless pit. Satan was tossed on the earth. You see? And the angels were chained down in the darkness in the bottomless pit. Now watch this here. Now Satan is on earth. Okay? What would you think that's going on in heaven? You know what's going on in heaven? This is the mystery, y'all. What the Father explained to me in the mystery is what he told me in the beginning. Once they got down, those that followed Satan, They thought they was following him to the earth. Y'all didn't let him do that. He brought them down to a place he put them and chained their bad tails up. See, they thought they was getting kicked down and be his ace or be side by side with him. No, baby, you down where he put you, even lower, in the darkness, chained up. Okay? But this here is Satan. Here goes Satan. Okay? He falls on the earth. This is the earth. This is the mystery, you all, of what took place before the foundation of the world. The Spirit of the Most High Yah taught me at a young age that what took place is actually what he told me would take place. And that was, if he bring Satan down to the earth and leave the angels in the kingdom, then they would have the mind, the same spiritual mind as he did. Because that mind got into the kingdom. And it was like something that spread. They already marveled off of him. So watch this. This is what happened. You would think that the kingdom now is cleaned out, because he took the angels that wanted to follow him down to the bottomless pit, chained them up. And he got Satan now on the earth. Okay? So if you ever wonder why he addressed Satan with the judgment before he addressed Adam and Eve with the full judgment, he addressed Satan. And he told him about the twos. What's happening? The twos didn't start on the earth. They started in the kingdom. What's going on in the kingdom, y'all? 99.9 on this earth will never know. What is actually taking place in the kingdom is the same mind Satan had that led many to follow for them to be in the uttermost darkness. They down here, right? Guess what? Up here is still tainted. Just because Satan on the earth and the demons are underneath the earth, chained up in the uttermost darkness, guess what? Heaven is still tainted. Because the Father explained to me, Deborah, there was many angels still questioning and desiring to understand the thought of Satan and what he was doing. Why? It's because it was in them to follow him, but wasn't sure if it was something they wanted to do. So heaven never got rid of them. Not all of them. Even though those are down in uttermost darkness were chained. Those were the ones that said, woo, we're following you. We're going with you. And they ended up. But see, they thought they was coming to the earth. He chained their bad butts to the bottomless pit. But the key to it is heaven still had other angels constantly questioning. What was that Satan was doing and the actions thereof? At that moment, the Father explained to me heavens were fully tainted, Deborah. So I decided how I was going to clean the kingdom out. And his way of cleaning the kingdom out was to bring a human form to the earth and let it be of the earth, which is the dust. And in that dust, each one of the spirits of angels would be blown into that dust. The angels in heavens has the same image of Yah. And how did they get into the flesh? By the breath of life. They couldn't come down to the earth in angel form and live in human. They needed the breath to sustain them on the earth. This is the plan of the one that has the hand, that has the power to do this. So he said, Deborah, I'm going to bring them down to the earth. Why? Because they are asking me about the action of Satan. Why are they asking you that, Father? If they wasn't about what Satan is about and what Satan was doing, why is it in their spiritual mind? Because they are tainted from his actions. And he said, Deborah, there was many that still had the mind and the desire to want to have follow Satan. Where were they at? In the kingdom. I'm going to clean that up. Deborah, I'm going to create an earth. And I'm going to form flesh. And I'm going to bring those from the kingdom that wanted to follow Satan, didn't follow him at that moment, but once he was out of the kingdom, they began to question me. So right then, I decided that there are two different spirits here. Those who desired to follow Satan but didn't, those who questioned what Satan was doing and marveled off of it but didn't leave their first estate when Satan and the demons were here. Because it was almost the angels that wanted to follow Satan, they was all in it. Come on, we're following you, we're going with you. But the Father said, Deborah, there were still many in the kingdom, angels, still desiring to really grip what Satan was doing. I'm not about what Satan is. So I couldn't show him, I couldn't tell him. But because not only did I find it in their spiritual mind, Deborah, it was in their spiritual heart, the desire of what Satan was doing. And then you had many of the angels that never looked Satan's way, the dragon's way. So I did this, Deborah. I created the earth for my name's sake, for my will and my purpose, that I may clean the kingdom out from the debris that Satan had left of the other angels. What the Most High could have did is just say, okay, y'all want to go too? Let me kick y'all out and put y'all down there. He came up with a better plan. And the reason why I said better, because I know he knows what's best. He is the best. So the only plan that he came up with was the best thing. I'm going to sow the earth. And on that earth, I'm going to put in the spirits of angels into the flesh. And I'm going to bring them down through my breath of life. Bam! Put them in life. Bam! That's how he did it. You see? And so that Satan now is down here on the earth to do what? Watch this here. The mission was given to him already. To do what? Deceive half of the world, some of the world, few of the world? No, the whole world was Satan coming down to deceive. To make people think that he is right. So he come down with a mission even from the Father. But it wasn't like he was winning anything. He was only gaining the angels that still desire to go his route. But they didn't choose to go with him during this time. But once he got to the earth and the other ones in the uttermost darkness, there were still those in the kingdom having that same mindset as Satan. So the Father said, I'm going to fix it up real good. I'm going to create an earth. And I'm going to take these angels by my breath of life and blow them into human flesh. But let me sit down for a minute. Let me have a seat first. I got to set this thing up real good, Deborah. I got to set this thing up real good. Let me get it right. Let me get it right. I'm going to let them down. But you know what else I'm going to do, Deborah? You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to go on and send some of mine on down. I'm going to go and send some of my angels on down. Okay? Since I'm going to build this earth, I'm going to go on and send some of mine down. I'm going to send my spiritual angels down. Because if I send Satan's seeds those who want to follow Satan, then he already won them over. But for him to win the whole world, deceive the whole world, it has to be some of mine coming down too. Okay? So I'm going to send mine down. And they're coming down this. But first and foremost, let me create this man and woman. Put a little something down there, a little taste of what I got planned. But let me create everything. Let me build everything. Let me make everything. But first of all, before I start building and making and creating and sky and the firmament and all these things, let me kind of do something up here. Okay. On my right, I'm going to list my angels that I'm sending down. On my left, I'm going to send all the angels that still today, even to today, y'all, wanting to follow the way of darkness, which is the way Satan portrayed. So, Deborah, I got my angels on the right and my angels on the left. And the dragons, those who wanted to follow the dragons on the left. So I got two books here, Deborah. But you know what? Every one of these angels is going to be placed in one book or the other. So I got the books. But wait a minute. If I'm going to send my angels down, hold up. If I'm going to send my angels down, and I know that Satan is on the earth, okay, I let them know he's coming to deceive the whole world. So that means he's going to deceive mine. Okay, let me write mine in the book. So I put mine in one book, and I put the angels that's going to follow Satan in another book. And let me put that to be the book of death. And this one here to be the book of life. But hold up, something else missing. Mine's got to come back to me. So wait a minute. Hey, you, I want to use you. You're going to go down in human flesh and be the Son of Man. And when you go down, you're going to die for the whole world. Satan come down to deceive the whole world, but I'm sending you down for the sin of the whole world. That Satan came down to deceive. So I need you to go down. But I need to sacrifice you. You need to go down. You're going to be the sacrifice. You're going to be the one for the sins of all mankind, including Satan's sins. And who else? The spiritual angels, including Satan's angels and the spiritual angel. He was sending one angel down. Yeshua. But hold up. I can't create anything, y'all. I can't make everything yet. Tell them, Deborah, nope, we ain't finna create everything yet. I got to fix this thing in the kingdom first. So it can be like on the earth, the way it is in the heaven. Okay? So I got Satan's seeds on the left. I got them wrote down. And on the right, I have the spiritual seeds on the right. Now, you, angel, I'm going to make you a little lower, okay? I'm going to make you a little lower than the other angels because you're going down for a mission lower. You're going down to the mission to die for all on the earth. All sin, even Satan's angel sin, and man, and the spiritual sin, the spiritual seed. So when you go down there, I'm gonna need you to die. But not only are you gonna die for everybody's sin, to show Satan, you ain't won nothing, bro. You ain't done nothing. I'm gonna send something down, and it's gonna die for all mankind sin. Okay? I already got it written, who's who and what's what. I know who's following you. Oh, I know who I sent down. But hold up. Not only that, tell you what. Angel, I'm going to bring you down and you're going to go lower. For the sins of all mankind. Since Satan thinking he going to deceive all the world, the whole world, I'm going to send down someone that's going to die like unto a man for all the sins of the whole world that Satan deceived the whole world. So what happened is, wait a minute, I got something going on here. He said, now, you're going down, and I already know when you go down, they're going to do you like everything I send down. Everything I send on earth. Satan's seed. When they're down here, they're going to destroy everyone I send down. Everyone I send down to the earth, they're going to destroy. But I got something up my sleeve here. Okay, angel, you going down as the Son of Man. This time, I'm going down. Let me prepare my only begotten. Woo! My only begotten power! My only begotten word! My only begotten spirit! I'm bringing it down! Because if I don't bring it down, you won't be able to commit. You won't be able to complete this mission. So you the lamb, but I'm the lamb as well. You the sacrifice for the sin of the flesh, and I'm the sacrifice for the sin of the spirit. Come on, let's go. Let's rumble. Okay? So I got you taken care of. Now, before I start creating everything, I got you wrote in here, those that's going down to worship with Satan. I got on the left, I got you going down, those that's going down to represent me in the spirit. And then I got the Son of Man coming down with the Son of God, which is myself. I formed myself to come into him and work the mission of what all of this is going to take care of. All of it is going to take care of. And that's Hamashiach. That's why you got the Son of Man and you got the Son of Yah. 99.9 don't know the difference. But he said, hold up, tell him this, Deborah. I'm coming down with the Son of Man, who's going to be the sacrifice for the sin of the world. But when I come down, I'm going to be the sacrifice for the spirit to redeem the ones I sent down. Because it ain't their fault, Deborah. I sent them down there in the midst of all that. I needed something down there to represent me. So I sent mine down to represent me. That's the only reason why they down there. They just down there to represent me. But I'm bringing them home. Because I got a ram in the bush, Deborah. And that's Hamashiach. Hamashiach, when he died with the Son of Man, he's not going to die, but he's going to go into the grave with him. When he does that, guess what, Deborah? When he picked up the Son of Man, he gonna bend and redeem minds back to me. All righty, praise the Most High, y'all. So this is why he said to the saint, you're gonna have your seeds, Genesis 3:15, and the woman's seed. He always put everything in a female-ish thing. A lot of people think he's talking about the son of Yah. I mean, the son of Yeshua. Everybody thinks that child is Yeshua. No. What he's talking about in Genesis 15 is all the seeds of the spirit that's going to come down to represent him. And that's why the serpent is going to be on their heel, because their steps has been ordered. He's going after their steps. Why? He know the ultimate steps will be the redeemer. You know why he going after the steps of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? He knows what he's doing. He's going after the steps of those who been ordered by the Most High Yah to represent him. And their heel is going to be attacked by the serpent. And each time he attacked their heel, which he will, bruise their heel, bam! Their heel is going to snap his head, meaning his plan. See, a lot of people don't understand this. Crushing his head is just his plan. He got a plan to take out Abraham, but Abraham's heel going to crush his head. Why? The Most High Yah orchestrated that before anything was created. He said, so now, Deborah, I got it ready. I got it ready. But wait a minute, I think I better go and create the place for these serpent seeds, eternal. Because they ain't coming to my new heaven. They ain't coming to my new heaven. So I got to get rid of them. I got to have that place for them when they come back. Okay? Well, let me build the lake of fire. You know, I got the brimstones and all that. Something that's going to tear them up from the floor. They'll never exist again. They'll never enter the new kingdom. I'm going to get rid of them. I'm going to put them in the lake of fire. But mine's over here. I'm going to look at them and I'm going to say, I know I sent you down there with them. And they was a hot mess. And you got involved in a lot of things they were involved in. But I knew Satan was coming down to deceive the whole world. But I'm going to hold you blameless. Because you came from the heavens as representing me. Cause you down on the earth don't mean you ain't going to come back to me. That's why I sent the Son of Man and myself to redeem you back to my bosom. You see? So the things that has taken place shows you the tools of everything. So what he did after he got heavens together, how he wanted everything on the earth to be, then bam, now he about to rumble. So the lamb was slaughtered. The beloved was stepped into the lamb already, baby, as almost identified with the lamb. Because he had to bring the sacrifice up out of the grave. That's why John the Baptist said, hold up. John the Baptist said, hold up. Wait a minute. I know of him, but him I don't know about. Who's he talking about? I don't know about the Son of Man, but I know about the Son of Yah. Because he was before where I was. I know him from there. He talking about from the kingdom. That's why he questioned the Son of Man. He wanted to know, was the Son of Yah, the one that I really know, is he with you? How would you know? Pull up with that power and that'll tell me. Because that's who he is. The Father is the power that's in the Son. And John the Baptist didn't want to hear nothing. He didn't want no words. He said, go say it, tell him, are you the one or should we look for another? And I said, hold up, John. You lost your rocker. How you gonna ask him that when you said you see the him coming and you said the lamb? He said, Deborah, because what I saw in the kingdom was the Father's beloved that he created of himself. I know him. I know of him, Deborah. I knew he was coming and I was supposed to come down to prepare his way. But him? Not that angel. That's why I asked him, are you the one or should we look for another? Or should we look for another? You see how everything from the heavens recognized the Father, except for the ugly flesh of who we are today. There are those who can recognize that they come from heaven, that their mission is here from the kingdom to worship and to serve the Most High Yah. Why? Because it took place before the foundation of the world, and something's in them that lead and guide them to the understanding of many things that many people don't know nothing about. So when you want to talk about what took place before the foundation of the world, baby, you can't get people to sit and tell you it's this. Sit y'all tails down. If he didn't find fit for you to know the whole overall before it happened, before heaven and earth was created, you need to sit your tails down and check yourself and see which seed are you. So as the world began to go on, you began to see how everything was separated into the twos, because heaven had orchestrated it for twos, not one. Even when it came down to the Son of Man and the Son of Yah, there go two. What was they coming to do? Work as one. You see? So when he got down here and he began to create everything, the heavens, the earth, he began to bring down, first and foremost, Satan's first two seeds. He brought Satan first two seeds. But what did he do? He said, hold up, Deborah. I'm going to have two special trees sitting side by side. Because my question was what to the Father. I said, hold up now. I'm just only asking him this because he showed me what took place before the foundation of the world. So I'm like, if you didn't want Satan up there, what makes you think that the angels down there are going to be able to handle him or want to put up with him? You see? That's when he began to explain to me what took place before the foundation of the world. It was the questions I put before him as a young person. So then he began to say, tell them this, Deborah. Why would I put two trees together if I didn't know that both trees represent two directions? One to the death and one to the life. Heavens already knew what he planned. So when he first created everything, guess what he did? He put the two trees down here, which was the two directions. The serpent seed going one and the spiritual seed going one. But when he created everything, now you got the angels down the end of the most darkness, okay? And you have the serpent. So when he put those trees down there, and it wasn't like a fruit tree and trees. This is a mental state of mind, you guys. The presence of Satan is a mental state of mind, a spirit. He was already prepared. What do you mean Satan was prepared? He was waiting for them, y'all. He didn't have no idea that the Father was going to send them down there on them, though. But he was waiting to see, okay, he kicked me here and he took all the other angels and he chained them up. They chained up. I'm just down here on the earth doing nothing. So when he put Adam and Eve, that right there, they never questioned, they never desired, they never wanted the tree of life. Because they was in the perfect form. They was in the sinless form. They was in the form of perfection. Perfect. How could the form of perfection and perfect form, given everything in living and in life, but chooses instant to go the way of the dragon, serpent? Why? Because they came down here as a seed leading to him. Y'all was cleaning heaven out. And he's still cleaning heaven out. When you see babies coming into the world. That's why come heaven, come judgment, it's not going to be no such thing as, oh, baby, go to heaven. Oh, the babies go, they don't know nothing, they ain't sin. Oh, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. Because the sin didn't start on the earth. It started in the kingdom. Babies is going to the lake of hell. Yes, they are. Why? because who they were didn't start on the earth. It started in the heaven. The seed are all in a man's sperm. What do you mean, Deborah? When he brought it into the world, the serpent seed and the spiritual seed, the male and the female, he brought it in through Adam, the sperms. That's why he was able to have one spiritual seed, Abel, and one serpent seed. There you go. You see what I'm saying? It's because the womb of a man, where his sperms is the division in his family. Started to work from the kingdom. Yah cleaned out this place. He brought him to human form. How did he bring him to it? He put him in man. Let's go to Gospel of John, chapter 1. So what happened? This is how he brought the serpent seed and the man seed. In the Gospel of John, chapter 1 and verse in verse 4, it says, in him was life, and the life was the light of men. Watch this here. And the light shined in darkness, but the darkness comprehended not. Those that represent Yah are the spiritual seeds. When Matthew's chapter 10, in verse 34, 35, and 36 says, I come to bring the sword to separate mother and daughter, father and son. He's only coming to separate that which heavens has already separated, but he's separating it on the earth. That's powerful, y'all. And I know that went over all of your heads. He's separating what he separated in heaven. He's down on the earth separating it. That's why the Son of Man checked. And he says in Matthew 10. In Matthew 10, verses 34, think not that I am come to send peace on the earth. You looking for peace? You're alive from the pit of hell. He's not coming to bring the earth peace when he sent Satan down to bring destruction on the earth. So he's not coming down to what? Clear up Satan and all these angel seeds, serpent seeds. He ain't coming down here to make peace with them. So Yeshua had to come down with Hamashiach and speak to us as the power of Yah speaks through him. Now listen to what he says. 10:34. Matthew's 10:34. Think not that I am come send peace on earth. Come to sin. Come to sin. Come to send peace on earth. He letting you know, I am Hamashiach. I am Hamashiach. I come to send, not peace. That's the Hamashiach speaking. Now watch what he says. In 34, I came not to send you peace, but a sword. The sword is coming to divide what heavens has already released. The spiritual seeds from the serpent seeds on the earth. So then he says in verse 35, for I am to set a man in various against his father. Set? Come on, there I am. You set? Yes, Deborah, you know I said it in the kingdom. I set this in the kingdom. I have 2 books up there. one to the lake of fire, and one to eternal life. I set it up from the floor up already from the kingdom. But what Yeshua was coming down to do is usher in the sword to separate the spiritual seeds from Satan's seeds. So then he says in verse 34, Matthew chapter 10 and verse 34, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. 36, and a man's foes mean enemy, shall be in his own household. What makes a household? Devil, you're going to get yourself in trouble. You're going to get yourself in trouble. What makes a household? When there's a man and his children, not a woman and her children. A household is when he makes a man and his children, and not a woman and her children. So right there, you can see the spiritual order that the Father called. And just because he called it don't mean the men go uphold it. That's where you know that they are more in darkness than they in light. Because they did not follow the order of man, but they followed the order of the men in flesh. So right there, he's letting you know, he's telling the men, your greatest enemy is going to be in your household. He's telling the men that. Why? Because you hold the seeds, whether it's the serpent seed or the spiritual seed. You hold the seeds in your womb. And you can bet in your womb is just like Adam and Eve had Cain and Abel. Men, your seed could be evil, serpent seed, or it can be the spiritual seed. But your household will be your house, where your household has the worstest enemy, men. What the men do? I'm not going to be at home, dude. Shoot, I'm leaving. They left everything just like the men left, the angels left their first estate in the kingdom. Men has left their household. There it is where Yeshua closed it out. Men in your household. Why? Because you're holding the sperms. You're holding the seeds of the serpent. You're holding the seeds of the spirit. That's why he told you to train them up in the way of righteousness. But when you left out, this is why the whole world is out of order. Okay? So now, when it comes down, he began, not him, but let's go on to Ephesians. In the book of Ephesians, chapter 1, we're going to go on back up in this way. So I just wanted to show you how and why Yeshua comes in Luke, and he began to say, if you think that I come to bring peace, nay, for I come to bring the sword to divide. Wait a minute, ain't that the same division that in Genesis 3 and 15? Wait a minute, Yeshua. Isn't that the same division in Genesis 3 and 15 where Yah charged Satan that I would come and I would have, you would have your seeds and I have mine, and I'm going to put something to divide them, and what will it be? Hate. Hate is ruling this world today, and y'all had no idea it came from the throne. Hate is what Yah placed here on earth to divide the serpent seed from the spiritual seed. The spiritual seed must hate the serpent seed's ways and actions and doing. And the serpent seed must hate he or she that is a spiritual seed because they serve the Most High Yah. They represents the spiritual seed. So what is the sword? That's why the sword comes to divide it, to make sure that the serpent seed don't get mixed up with the spiritual seed, and the spiritual seed don't get mixed up with the serpent seed, because I'm coming to bring the sword between you, said the Most High Yah. Why? Because I divided you up here, baby, in the kingdom. I separated you. And I understand you on the earth, but that's why I the Son of Man and the Son of Yah, to do the mission of the Father, so that they, in the spirit, can be redeemed back to the bosom of the Father. And how are they redeemed? The Father looking down at him said, I ain't going to hold you blameless. I already had you brought back. You're already redeemed. I already had you brought back. You see? Why? Because you was the spiritual seed. That's why you ain't got no business down here being controlled by the flesh of man. Because how can you allow the flesh of man to lead and guide and rule you, and you the spiritual seed? How can the spiritual seed be ruled by the serpent seed? How could the serpent seed be ruled by the spiritual seed? Cannot be done. Why? There's a division. The division was in the kingdom before the foundation of the world. And then Yeshua came to bring the sword, to separate them, to keep them separated. And this is what you see in these households. You see two divisions. You see one of the flesh and one of the spirit. You see the serpent seed and the spiritual seed living with each other, calling themselves married, calling themselves worshiping the same Most High, calling themselves worshiping the God, calling themselves worshiping Yahuwah. You see? One is a serpent seed and one is a spiritual seed. But Yeshua told him, I come to bring the sword to separate that mess. Either you're two spiritual seeds or you're two serpent seeds. But you can't be a spiritual seed and a serpent seed trying to live on this earth together. I tell you what, I already came to redeem y'all spiritual seed. And y'all gonna hold them blameless. So now, Satan, you lost. You don't have the victory. You don't have the hold over death. You don't have nothing. Because I already redeemed mine's back. Okay? And when I see them, I'm going to hold them blameless. So you ain't done nothing. You see, Satan don't buckle up, nor do he buckle down to the Most High Yah. He has highly respect for him. Because he didn't have to let his butt stay on the earth. He could have chained him down here with them. So when y'all run y'all tails around here listening to all this trash, thinking they teaching you, you are the serpent seed to believe it. You got these people on here prophesying and saying y'all this, saying y'all that, and people don't know they left from their right. They don't know the difference from dark and the difference from light. They can't even tell what cold and hot is. They can't even identify up and down. That's how confused the minds are today. But I tell you one thing. Y'all know what's his. And what is Yah is not found in Hebrew Israelite only. These angels came from heavens. They didn't know nothing about Hebrew Israelites. They didn't know nothing about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So while y'all try to clam on all these materialistic things that man then taught you and mold in you to believe, guess what? Heaven said, look, Deborah, I checked. I didn't send them down as if they all that Hebrew Israelite, true Jews, the Catholic, the Roman Catholic. I sent them down in the spirit. That's why they don't understand the thing is really in the spiritual battle. Because the spiritual battle was here, now it's on the earth. That's why he said it's not the flesh and blood, the body that you in, it's your spirit. There go the spiritual seed, there go the serpent seed. They both came down from one place, the kingdom. How about that? They both came down one place, the kingdom. So this is why people don't understand that you got to make sure when you start reading and getting some understanding, you got to give the glory to the kingdom and stop giving this mess to the earth. Like the earth got, the kingdom got to check with the earth. That's the mindset of people. They got Most High in a little black box and said, you stay in there. You can't get out. Don't you even peek. We got this. We got this. Yeah, you got that lake of hair heating up for your tail. How about that? How about that? You see? So when y'all running and y'all thinking, when Sister Deborah is teaching, I'm teaching from the level of here. What here has orchestrated. Not what people's mouths are speaking on this earth. But what here The word started from the throne, not from a book. The book had a signature of Yah. I can discern that, y'all. I can discern it. That's why I said never give the book up. It's the outliving book for a reason. It was here for you to study and a learning tool until the Ruach pull up. But what happened? Satan. They decide to take the book, smear it here, smear it there, turn it up, turn it down to confuse the mass. That's why they snuck in Genesis 2 and put soul. You see? But unless you come from here as a servant to come down and work with these angels that's down here, you would never know. You would never, ever, ever know that this book is not the word. And the Father say, when you want to know something, check with my servants, the prophet. They are holding the mystery. Where's the mystery? From the kingdom, not from the earth. The earth got about 1 million denominations and 1 million different interpretation and 1 million different beliefs. But when the Ruach has taught you from the inside out and the outside in, you ain't going to miss a beat. Because truly, that makes you the servant of the Most High Yah. When he has suffered you to be able to hold firm to the mystery. And people are right now here lost with the cause and without and have no problem. So you know what it is? That's why we can't go around even judging people on the line of, you better do this, you better do this, you better eat this, you better sleep this, you better talk this, you better walk this, you better wear this, you better do. Look here, honey, I know where I come from. Do you? He already let me know. Check, I'm going to hold you blameless. Because what I invested in you, I molded you. I shaped you. And before the foundation of the world, I knew you. Let's go. Ephesians chapter 1. In Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 4 and 5. In Ephesians chapter 1, verse 4 and 5. According as he has chosen us in him. Ooh-wee. There we go. That's the ones on this side. Listen to what it says. Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 4. What is it? 4 and through 6. According as he has chosen us in him. In him. Come on now. If we are in him, how could we be on the outside of him and not included as him? Listen to what it says. Verse 4, according as he has chosen us in him before the foundation of the world. So what is that telling you all? Sister Deborah knows what she's talking about. Before. Before. They clowning with y'all down here in this teaching, y'all. Before. Now watch what he said. Before the foundation of the world, okay? That we should be holy and without blame before him in giving gain. Blameless? You mean I'm blameless? You're holding me blameless, Father? Why would you do that? Because, what did I tell y'all? What took place before the foundation of the world? That's why he's holding you blameless. He's holding his angels that he sent down blameless. When did he hold you blameless? Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's back this thing up and bring that thing on down. When did he hold you blameless? Before the foundation of the world. Why? Because then, Deborah, I wrote up my books. The Lamb Book of Life and the Book of Death. And in this book, I already checked the heaven because I had the serpent seed, the dragon seed, and then I had my spiritual seed that I'm sending down free. I put them in the Lamb Book of Life, Deborah. Serpent seed, they already signed out. They wanted to follow Satan so much, I'm sending them down so they can follow him as close as they want to. But Deborah, I got mine. My spiritual seed already wrote. Guess what, Deborah? The lamb was already slaughtered before the foundation of the world for them to be redeemed back to me. So what am I going to blame them for? What are they going to be held blameless for? They already written from the kingdom to go to the Lamb Book of Life. So what am I holding them blameless for? Tell the truth and shame Satan in his face. When you teach this thing, you tell the truth. And you shame Satan and his demons in their face. Let's go back to Ephesians chapter 1, verse 4. It says, according as he has chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that he should be holy, that are chosen before the foundation of the world. When was we chosen? Before heaven and earth, before any of this was created. He had already chosen us. Now watch this here. Before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy. Are we holy? Wait a minute. Maybe I should wrap my head. Should I wrap my head, y'all? Maybe I should have put something to wrap my head. Oh, wait a minute. Let me put on the right dress. And let me make it drag on the floor. What should I do? Should I eat this? Should I eat that? Should I talk like this? Should I walk like that? Wait a minute. Hold up. You mean before the foundation of the world? We are already holy down here? Yes, Deborah. And guess what? He said, not only should you be holy and without blame before him in give and gave. Now, while we down here, Sister Deborah looking like she looking, guess what? I'm before him already. He looking at me saying, huh, baby, I'm going to hold you blameless. You know you got it. I taught you this when you was a little child. You already held blameless. That's why I can talk the way I can talk. And I can stand on what I say. It's because greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. Now, who is that he needs to be in? Those who are his servants. So he can speak through them. So he can speak through them. That's why they're his servants. So he can speak through them. So where it says, and he says that we should be holy and without blame. Who's gonna hold us blameless? He already said it. Before the foundation of the world, I have already held you blameless, child. You are my seed that came down here. Now watch this here. Verse 5. Having predestined. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Predestined mean before the foundation of the world again. You predestined us unto adoption of the children of Yeshua HaMashiach. There go that lamb that was slaughtered before the foundation of the world. And then I see HaMashiach in there. Oh, the Father beloved, huh? The Father beloved made sure he had us in there. Now listen to what he said, verse 5. Having predestined us unto the adoption of the children of Yeshua HaMashiach to himself. Ooh-wee! According to the goodness, pleasure of his will. Not man, not woman, not cat, not dog, but to his will. And no man or woman on this earth can change that. Can move that, erase that, can take away from that, cannot add to it. Because what? Heavens are already ordained it all from the kingdom. So what happens in verse 6? One thing I like about 5, he checked that all the way through. He said, the children by Yeshua HaMashiach to himself. He letting you know, check, tell them they took this is mine right here, to myself. Now watch this here. According to the good pleasure of his will. Now, who on this earth got a will outside of his? Unless it's a will when you die in the flesh. Don't nobody rule nothing on this earth but the Most High God. Okay? So all this trash on this earth, this Republican, this Democratic, and all this trash that's going on, it's just trash y'all building up on and making something out of it. And don't even know the battle is in the spirit. Between the spiritual seed, its spirit, and the serpent seed, its spirit. It's a battle. And you know who else also chopping people off? The sword of the Father, keeping them off the children of the seed of the spirit. Okay, so verse 6 says, to the praise and to the glory of his grace. Wait a minute, his grace? Wait a minute. He doing all this, letting you know. Check. You better get it right. To the grace wherein he has made us acceptable in his beloved. We better get it right. You better get it right. So right then, let's go into Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 10. Let's see what that says. In Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 10. Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 10 says, only they would that we shall remember the poor. No, that's not it. Ephesians chapter, I'm in the wrong place. Let me get on the right one. Ephesians chapter 2. Chapter 2. Chapter 2 of Ephesians. Chapter 2, verse 10. For we are his workmanship, created. Woo-wee! Wait a minute. In Christ, let you know, by the power into Yeshua. Woo! By the power into Yeshua. Say that again, Father. Heaven. He that's on the throne. Listen to what he said. Listen very careful. I know y'all might, it's going to go straight over your head. Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 10. For we are his workmanship. Watch this here. Created in the power. The power created us to be brought in Yeshua unto good works, which Yah has before ordained that we shall walk therein. Now, who can escape that? Nobody. We can't even choose to escape that. We can't even get away from it if we try. Why? Heaven had already locked it in. He already locked it in. Okay, now let's go to Matthew chapter 25. In Matthew chapter 25, this is what's really powerful, y'all. Just listen to this. Now, what are we about to do now? Now, what you're about to do is go back into the kingdom. That's what you're about to do. You're finna enter right back into the kingdom. So the kingdom can tell you a little something about the son of man. Son of man finna tell you what the kingdom got prepared. Okay? Son of man about to tell you what the kingdom got prepared because it had it prepared before the foundation of the world. Let's go. Let's rumble with Yeshua explaining it to you again. Matthew 25 and verse 34. Matthew chapter 25 and verse 34, and it reads. Come on now, Deborah. Then shall the king say unto them on the right hand. When did they get put on the right hand? In the kingdom. They didn't get put on the right hand down here on earth. They got put on the right hand in the kingdom. That's what took place before the foundation of the world. Everything was, is. Everything is, was. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know where y'all coming from. Okay, so here in 34 it says, then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come, ye blessed of my father. Now, if he's the father, why he said of you are blessed of my father? Because that's the Son of Man in his spirit angel form. Now watch what he said. Inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. You mean that Yeshua's going to stand there and separate the sheep from the goat and then lead the sheep to the right hand side and then tell them, what he going to tell them? Blessed of, you are blessed of my Father. Inherit the kingdom, what? Prepared for you from the when? Foundation of the world. No, down on the earth. Oh, I got to go to this church, and I got to go to that church. Oh, I got to join the Hebrew Israelite. I got to go over here and be here. I got to be here. I got to be. Oh, I got to dress this way. I got to look this way. I got to walk this way. I got to talk this way. Wait a minute. Before the foundation of the world, everything was, is. Everything is, was. We better bad that thing up and land that thing down right because we got it all wrong. And that's the question I asked the Father. You set it up like that. Yes, I did. So it goes right back to tell you here, Yeshua is telling the sheep that he's leading on the right side. You know, the ones on the left is the goats. They're going to the lake of fire. But he's taking the sheep to the kingdom. Where is he taking them? To the throne? He said, come on here. Listen to what he said. 34. Matthew chapter 25. Verse 34, then shall the king say unto them, who is them? Them that is the seed of the Spirit. On the right hand, remember he separate, he got all nations and he separate the spiritual seed from the serpent seed like unto what he did in the kingdom on 25, he called them the sheep on the and the goats on the. So now he's taking the sheep somewhere. He says, verse 34, Matthew 25 and 34, then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, we know who they are, come ye blessed. Wait a minute, why are you calling us blessed? Because you are blessed. When were you blessed? From the kingdom, not from the earth. We want to talk about what took place before the foundation of the world. You better sit your tail down and learn. So what is he saying? Blessed of the Father. You mean I'm already blessed? Yes. You're already there. I separate you on the right because you was already on the right. Oh. So what happened? Come on so you can inherit the kingdom. Prepare for you. From the foundation. No. From the foundation of the world. Right here. Was you prepared already for? Before he sent you down here. You was already ready. So when you heard the Satan on the mountain talking, mind-wise, with Yeshua on the mountain, mind-wise, he's dealing with him, and Yeshua said, well, hold up now. It is written. This is what he's talking about. Same thing Sister Deborah down here telling y'all. Nothing, no different. Same thing. It is already written. And Yeshua telling Satan, you can say what you want, do what you want. You can try to tempt me all you want. It's already written. When was it written? Here it is. Before the foundation of the world. So all this, like I tell y'all, over and over and over, people down on this earth clowning. That's all they doing is clowning. Everything is already written. And I keep trying to do these videos for daughters and mothers because it's a battle, a war, just like the male and the female warring against each other. And y'all know what they're warring about? The spirit. One is the serpent seed and one is the spirit seed. Y'all didn't know that, did you? Or both is the serpent seed. They're going to be warring like they warred. One is the spiritual seed and one is the serpent seed. So whenever you see the battle, y'all, know that the battle is between the spirit. Okay? That's why he says not the flesh, because you can get it. You can get thrown off thinking, oh, it's the flesh. No, it ain't. It's the spirit. The battle is truly in the spirit. When you see it pour over into the flesh, then it's out of control. How about that? That's when it's out of control. There's no turning back. It's when the spirit battle in the flesh starts to spill over, then there's no control. Okay? When it spills over to the flesh, it's no control. Okay? Most likely it ends up death because now they're just out of control. Okay? So here he said that from the foundation of the world, were you already prepared for this? He prepared this for you before the foundation of the world. Okay? So let me go to a couple of more verses and then I'm out. Matthew 13 and 35. Matthew 13. I think I might do. No, I got to hit Revelation too. Matthew 13 and 35. Matthew 13 and 35. And it says, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet, saying. Now, what was he speaking? That which was, listen to this, the prophet. Now, listen to this. That it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet, saying, I would open my mouth in parables, and I would utter things which has never been kept secret from the foundation of the world. That's what Sister Deborah's doing right now. Let's go back over that so you can kind of grip it. I know it went over your head 3 or 4 times. Matthew chapter 13 and verse 35. That it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet, saying, I would open my mouth in parables. I would utter things which has been kept secret from the foundation of the world. Don't let nobody tell you it ain't no secrets. Everything is out here known. No, it's not. Only the prophet receives the secrets and the mysteries. And right now, the day we're in, all of it's being dispersed. And if it go over your head, it's because you are the serpent seed. The spiritual seed will get it. They might not hold it to the point of where they are at, but they're going to hold on to something. You see? They might not can get it to the fullness, but they're going to hold on to something. The spiritual seed. Okay? So here, it's even telling you the prophet is bringing forth the secrets that has been kept. Father, y'all, you mean there's some secrets that have been kept? Deborah, you telling them now. Listen to what it says. From the foundation of the world. Because everybody wants to be a pastor, a priest, a pope, a bishop, an evangelist, a teacher, a pastor, a Maureen, a seer, a prophet, a prophetess, evangelist, a minister, a teacher. They want to be all these positions, and they don't know a rat's behind of the mystery that took place before the foundation of the world. And because we're in the end days, he said that knowledge shall be increased. And this knowledge was not meaning technology. Now you got 99.9% of Israel and Judah hung up on technology. They want to know all the tech and all the different phones that's coming out and all the different this and all the different that. All of them is involved in the AI or IEG or whatever they call it. All of them is involved in it. I see them all on this devil platform using the pictures of AI. Why are you doing that? Nobody's skin is that smooth. That's not the original picture. Why is it everybody got to take from AI? Because you are AI. That's what's wrong with you. You want to take from the world and apply it. You had this one young woman, but y'all already told me she's going to go backwards. She's going to go back into her stage. And I think her name is, whatever her name is, Hill, whatever her name is. But he said she's going to go back into her lifestyle. And I'm going to tell y'all something about that. She's going to go back into her lifestyle. And I just heard her today doing rap. And I'm like saying, do y'all understand when you open your mouth trying to speak any word, it's enough to speaking it and making it look like this is what y'all is saying without having the Holy Spirit. But then when you on the stage and you thinking you're rapping, and just because you're using Psalms, words in Psalms, is making it okay. No. Y'all said make it clear. When you represent him, you got to make that thing clear. You can't play on both fences. Keep rap where it's at. It's dirty. Say what you want, think what you want, feel what you want. It's dirty. It done broke the Judah down like a lion bringing 20 lions bringing one elephant down. That's what rap has done. Don't tell me it wasn't a good rap. It ain't never been a good rap. Because those Europeans have always been involved in that rap mess to lead them to say things that they wasn't supposed to say. And they shouldn't have said to get their people to conduct themselves this way. That the way that they are conducting themselves even to today. And then they run around here talking about wives, our women dropping it like it hot and showing they rear end and getting a back end added on because you added in your videos. How about that? How you like me now? You added it. You told them this is what we need. Europeans told you this is what we need from you, and you took it into your household with your women and your children and your daughters and your son. Now all of them cuckoo clock. You running around here saying, we the leader, we the ruler. You should rule your chair somewhere and sit down. Stop all this clowning. Now, I want to go into Revelation chapter 13. I must go into Revelation chapter 13. And in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 8. In Revelation chapter 13 and verse 8. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are written in the Lamb book of life of the Lamb slaughtered, in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. That's what I taught earlier. The Lamb was not slain on the earth. Just because you seen him crucified don't mean that he was slain. He was slain as a chosen angel for the mission to redeem all flesh. But y'all knew he couldn't come down and complete that mission until he bring his only begotten, which is his only power, his only word, his only spirit down with the Son of Man to make it Yeshua HaMashiach. Two working the one mission for the Father. That's how he orchestrated it. Because the Son couldn't come down here. The Son of Man couldn't come down here. They would have treated him like they treated every other man that came down here to represent the Most High Yah. Just like Adam and Cain and Abel. They would have done it like him the same way. But Yah said, I'll tell you what, I'm coming down. And I'm going to take my only power. I'm going to take my only word. I'm going to take my only spirit. And I'm going to come down with you. How about that? I'm going to be Hamashiach. You're going to be Yeshua. Come on, let's rumble. Let's get this thing done. When did they do that? Yah orchestrated it from this level, from the kingdom. The lamb was already slaughtered. Let's go over that one more time so you can see. It wasn't when the earth. See, that's what everybody want to make everybody think it's about what way is in order that's on the earth. Stop lying. The order is not on the earth, it's in the kingdom. Now, here it goes. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 8. Hear it clear, just as clear. It says, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slaughtered before the foundation of the world. If your name is written in the books to the lake of hell, you're going to worship Satan all the way to the end. When he get chained up, you still going to be cutting up from the floor while he down there waiting till he get another chance to come up. You still going to be doing who you are. You think it's going to change the demonic spirits? No, it's not. Just because he chained up? No, it's not. It's not going to stop him. The demons still going to continue. Why? Because those still the serpent seed. They just, now he's chained up. The beast and the Antichrist, they're in the lake of fire, but the people going to still be down here doing stuff just like when they left the kingdom. When Satan and the other angels was down in the uttermost darkness and Satan got put on earth, he said, the Father said they still was cutting up from the floor up in the kingdom because they kept questioning what was Satan doing and that they admired what he was doing. So he said, you really like what he was doing? We like that. We didn't understand it, but he was doing something that was curious. We was wondering what he was. Okay, now you don't have to wonder no more. Let me see you down there where he at. How about that? How about that? Tell me the heavens don't rule. Don't tell me he don't rule. Now, when I got to Revelation 17 and verse 8, Revelation 17 and verse 8, it speaks. The beast, the verse 8, the beast that saw it was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go down into redemption. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names are not written in the Lamb in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not, and yet is. Now let's go back to that. Now it looks like something going on here. Revelation chapter 17 and verse 8. The beast that thou saw it was and is not. Now he's chained, right? Okay, watch this here. And shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into redemption. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder. What did I tell y'all? Now, he's going into redemption, right? Let me see if that's right. He's going into redemption. Okay, the beast. I mean, what is it? What is it? The bottomless pit. Wait a minute, in redemption. Let me get that right. The beast that thou saw it was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into redemption, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder. Didn't I tell y'all? That's exactly how the Father taught me as a young girl, that when Satan was doing what he was doing, they was wondering the same thing in the kingdom. That wondering sparks a spiritual mindset. And listen to what it says. And it says, they that dwell on the earth shall wonder. That is identical to the way the kingdom, Yah said the kingdom was when he kicked Satan out and he chained the othermost darkness, the other angels. Heaven still was wondering. There was angels in the heaven still wonder. And this is what he said here, whose name were not written in the book of life. So you know they was the serpent seed because their name is not written into the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not, and yet is. So this is showing you that even in the absence of evil, they still wonder, they still marvel off of it. They still won't stop what they're doing. So a lot of us want to blame and say, oh, they doing it because Satan doing it. It's the demons. It's Satan. No. Check. If it was Satan that's making you do things, and if it's the demons that making you do things, why aren't they standing on your left and your right come judgment where you can blame Satan and the demons for it? Why won't they be there when you come down to be judged? Because Yah is not caught up from the floor about what Satan and his demons did while on the earth. Why? Because I had it written where you're going to end eternal, no matter what you say at my throne. It was already written before the foundation of the world, your whole destiny. You see how I say people out down here clowning? That's why I say people clowning. That's what people doing. They just clowning. So everything shows that before the foundation, it was Revelation 12 was really good. Y'all read Revelation, the whole Revelation 12. It's really good. It leads you to the war of what took place in the heavens before the foundation of the world. Going back to what I was just saying, but what I did is I cut through it all and just broke it down to you the way the Father shared it to me. But you can go to Revelation chapter 12. It's going to tell you the same thing. And you know what? You might be able to climb even on top of it and do even better. Let me go to Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 11. Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 11. And it says, in whom also we have obtained an inheritance. We already obtained that, y'all. Don't let no man, no woman, no female, no male, no white, no black. Don't let nobody tell you who you are in him and who he is in you. Know it for yourself. If you the serpent seed or are you the spiritual seed? Today, tomorrow, yesterday, you should already know. It says, Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 11, in whom also we have obtained an inheritance, being predestined. When will we be predestined? Before the foundation of the world. So when I say before the foundation of the world, all of this wasn't even created. Nothing was here. Heavens had already created these things. You see the power in who he is? That's why he can say, I'm the I am. I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that. I am this, I am that, I am this. And who are you to tell me who I am? That's the Father on the throne. He don't play. So here in Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 11, in whom also we have obtained an inheritance, being predestined according to the purpose of him. Oh, I thought man said one was created for him and not her, him for her. See, it is so many verses telling us ain't nothing on this earth created for us. Why would this king, this creator be in the heavens, orchestrating everything on the earth for everything to be about a flesh of a man? Or a flesh of a woman. Y'all been all kind of ways, not just up and down either. Because when you think that he orchestrated this earth for your stinky flesh, you sick it and sick. He gonna orchestrate this earth and give you everything for your pleasure. You sick it and sick. Like I said, you not only been up and down, you've been all kind of ways and sideways as well. Because you've been. Okay, Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 7, it says, Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 11, in whom also we have obtained an inheritance. Being predestined, Deborah, tell them, I'm already predestined, according to the purpose of him who worked all things after the counsel of a man's will, of a woman's will, of his own will. How can we rob that from him? How can we even think that we can take that from him? How is it we're living on this earth thinking that we're ruling? This is the problem I have with people thinking, this is my life. Nobody tell me what to do. I got one life to live. Baby, you ain't got no one or nothing. Because it's the truth be told, you got one place in hell to go if you don't learn it before you leave. Only thing you can control is your bowels, and that's your flesh. And when he swooped the coup, which is that spirit out of you, guess what? Your bowels gonna let loose. You won't be able to control it. And then you tell me how you control your life. You see, life is the breath of Yah. He gave you the spirit through the breath. And it is the spirit that came from the angels from the kingdom. He blew in you the spirit of Satan or the spirit of the flesh. The Satan or the spirit of Yah. How did that happen? He put them in a man's womb. Already assigned. Why people won't see all them living sperms in a man. And they turn their head the other way. As if man don't have nothing to do with nothing. And men don't have nothing to do with what they are holding in them. That's how sad it is. But it matches what you see in the word today. Isn't it sad? So the last verse is Hebrew chapter 4. And we're going to be out of here. Hebrew chapter 4 and verse 3. And I hope that you all, someone, even if it's just that one, got something out of this. Hebrew chapter 4 and verse 3. Hebrew chapter 4 and verse 3, and it reads, for we which have believed do enter into rest. Remember, Sister Deborah, and I got so tired of that topic. Oh, Father, I got so tired of that topic because that's another mystery. I got so tired of that topic because people really didn't understand what the rest really is. People take the rest and not understand it. Negroes ain't even working and taking the rest. You see? Ain't worked in years, but take the rest. They don't understand what the rest is. So let's go there. Hebrew chapter 4 and verse 3. In Hebrew chapter 4 and verse 3, it says, for we have believed. We which have believed do enter into the rest. See, the rest ain't for the unbeliever. The rest is for the what? The believer. See that? See how messed up on the floor of y'all been? Tell me you ain't been messed up all your life. And still believe all this mess people tell y'all here today. 2024, still lost with the cause and without. Now let's go over that again so you can see what the rest and who the rest really for. Okay, I told y'all I try to teach that thing 6 or 7 videos, and that had to have been less than a year ago. And something told me let it go. They ain't getting it. They ain't gonna get that. They can't get that. Now watch this here. Hebrew chapter 4 and verse 3. For we which have believed. One of the 4 brands, believed, do, not might, hope, no, shall, no, do enter into rest. You mean certain seed ain't going to enter into rest? Those that don't believe ain't going to enter into rest. See, y'all thought the rest was the grave where you go to sleep and wake up, you know. No, the rest is a place that he created for his. I try to teach that. It's many things I think about how I try to break down and teach it, still won't get. Even this message itself. 99.9 won't even understand a word I just taught. But it's okay. I just thank the Most High Yah. I'm grateful for him allowing me to speak what he taught in me when I was a child. Coming up as a young teenager. So listen to this. Listen to the power in this. Hebrew chapter 4 verse 3. For we which have believed do enter into the rest. See? You see what I'm talking about? You see these Negroes out here talking about the Sabbath? We got the rest on the Sabbath. See, they bent. That's why I told you, not only are they bent up and down, they bent all around. We in the year 2024, they still lost. As he said, as I have sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest, praise the mighty Yah, although the works were finished. When? Before the foundation of the world. Even though he didn't finish the beginning to the end before heaven and earth was created. The rest was here. It was given to you guys, the believers. The rest was already assigned to you. These Negroes down here, these Europeans, these Catholics, all these other people talking about, oh, on the Sabbath I rest and rest. Sit your tail down, baby. You got to understand what's going on here. You see? So it tells you just as clear. And when you can bounce off of what took place before the foundation of the world, it all makes sense. Why shouldn't you enter into that rest of eternal? He's telling you. That's the ultimate rest for those who believe. The other ones resting on the earth. Let them rest. Let them sleep, y'all. Let them get some rest, y'all. Leave them alone. Don't bother them. Let them rest. They need their rest. Okay? And then he says, I love it. It says, for we which have believed do enter in. We do enter in. Not we might. We do enter in to the rest. As he said, as I have sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest, although the works were finished. Tell them again, Deborah. The Father want me to let y'all know tonight. The work was finished before anything under the sun. This is what Solomon was talking about, everything under. And that's what got him confused. And that's what not got him frustrated. Because to know all this ugly mess here, y'all, that's a mess there. That'll deaden anybody. To know all of this under the sun, it'll mess you up from the floor. And I'm a living prophet, not a devil. All this mess that people are doing and all this under the sun, it's a mess. But what did he say here? He says right here, although the works, tell him again, Deborah, the works were already completed. He said, the works were finished. Do y'all understand that? Do you see how you can't choose him? He has to choose you. If he already chosen you, you just overworking yourself. You just down here clowning. Everybody finding room to act a fool. Finding room to be embedded into something. And most of them are serpent seeds. And there's going to be more serpent seeds than it will be spiritual seeds. 100. But that's the way he orchestrated it from the kingdom. And he says, we're finished from the foundation of the world. There you go. I, Sister Deborah, will say unto you, this message is a very power punch. It is a message that will go over your head and under your head. Okay? But I tell you what, if you don't have spirit and truth out of this message to put in your backpack, you're going to wish you did. Because it takes you a long ways, especially being deceived continually by the serpent seeds. Because they booming everywhere. And to me, they're winning. Because I can see the day that the Father has given them to do as they please and as they want. But I, Sister Deborah, say to each and every last one of you, I hope you got something out of it. But even if you did, it is finished. It is finished. So I, Sister Deborah, want to also say to the individuals who have donated to Sister Deborah, I appreciate it. And I'm telling you, only Yah himself knows my heart towards your donation. That's out there that constantly on here listen to Sister Deborah. It's nothing wrong with you donating. A hardened heart donates not. You see? So it's nothing wrong with you donating. But I appreciate those that have. I thank the Most High for you. All right? And I thank the Most High for those who can't. Because ain't everybody able. I am fully aware of that. But I also heard that if you have and you do it out of a hardened heart, it's supposed to be a cheerful giving. You have to have the right heart. And I understand it to the fullness. So I, Sister Deborah, just say to you, I hope you got something out of it and you'll be able to teach somebody. So somebody come to you talking some trash, tell them, go somewhere with it. So I, Sister Deborah says, shalom and shalom.